I think we can all agree when I say there's a ridiculous amount of business mentors and coaches out there in the market at the moment. And with there being so many business coaches, it can seem like mission impossible trying to find the right business mentor for you. Social media is flooded with thousands of so-called coaches, all promising you to 10x your income whilst driving a rental Lamborghini or smoking cigars somewhere on a yacht in Dubai. But here's the harsh reality. Many of these business coaches are literally wolves in sheep's clothing. Now, these individuals might say the right things and make some enticing promises, but their primary goal is often to part you from your money with little to no value in return. And the crazy thing is, most of these mentors have never tasted success, let alone built anything meaningful in the way of business. They'll tell you everything you want to hear. They'll make some outlandish promises, feed your ego. Then sadly, they'll leave you high and dry when the magic formula doesn't work. Because all they're doing is selling a dream. They take your money, pretending that they want to see you succeed and provide little value. But actually, the only thing they're truly invested in is how to get your hard-earned money into their back pocket. So the question is, how do you actually find the right coach who can guide you to success, provide maximum value, and is worth your time and money? Well, that's what we're going to be breaking down today in this video. But before we begin, I just have to say it as it is. And for some of you, this might actually sting a bit, but this needs to be said. And that is, too many of you are looking up to people who haven't achieved shit. You see the rental cars, the bougie restaurants, the exotic trips, the watches, and sadly, you buy into that illusion. But what is it that you're really seeing? That car, it's a rental. The yacht, hired by the hour. The hotel, complimentary through a collab deal with the hotel brand. The restaurants, they're also comped. The lifestyle's fake. And a lot of you are out here celebrating people who are driving Lamborghinis they don't own and flexing cash they barely have. Come on, guys. What part of that's inspiring? You know, most of these Instagram stars, they're just selling an illusion, not living a dream. They spend every penny they've got trying to alter your perception and you're falling for it. And if that's what you want to be taking notes from in your business, then I'm here to give you a serious reality check. So when you're considering to signing up with any mentor, you have to do your homework. You know, watch their resume, check the receipts. Are they truly living the life that you aspire to? Or are they just chasing clout? A real mentor, someone that you want to aspire to, look, they're not renting Lambos or faking any flexes because they've built something real. Their house is generally paid for. Their mum's crib paid for. They've got investments, assets, and probably the freedom to never work another day if they don't want to. Making money while they chill. And so that's the life really that you need to be aiming for. You know, not these flashy stunts for the gram. You know, you want true sustainable success. And so for you to find the right mentor, first you have to understand why the right business mentor matters. First and foremost, business is power. And with great power comes great responsibility. And what many people don't realize is that business is actually one of the most powerful vehicles for creating change. When you look around with what's happening in the world right now, you've got giants like Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg who are literally shaping our world as we speak. You know, whether that's for better or for worse, but that's the power that they hold. Their influence is astronomical and stretches way beyond money. They're literally reshaping society thanks to the power of their businesses. So as entrepreneurs, we have a responsibility to get business right, and not just for ourselves, but for the greater good of the world that we live in. And so if you're going to step into the arena as an entrepreneur, it's essential that you're given the right blueprint to follow, one that's filled with the correct ethics and values so that you're creating positive ripples rather than catastrophic tsunamis. And that's exactly why finding the right mentor is a non-negotiable, because you need someone who's truly grasps the weight that we carry as business owners. You know, someone who's committed not just to guiding your profitability, but also your principles. Someone who's invested in your development as a leader who moves the needle in the right direction. So let's get laser focused on the exact filters that you're going to need to assess when vetting a mentor to help you in the attainment of your business goals. Okay. First things first, mentors without any real operating experience aren't going to be able to guide you very far. So few coaches have any real entrepreneurial experience. Generally, their only success is in selling coaching programs. And I see it all the time now. You have slick communicators, but with no time logged actually building a business, popping up as business coaches. But great communication skills and flashy marketing don't equate to true expertise. It's like the blind leading the blind. For instance, I remember taking an NLP course a few years back, and it was literally filled with these 20-somethings claiming to be seasoned business coaches, but yet many had no entrepreneurial background. They were just corporate executives who had opted for a career change, and very few of them had ever started a business. And those that had operated had only ever done so at a small solopreneur level. And so if someone's never built or scaled a company, what can they honestly teach you about entrepreneurship? Because there's no way in hell they could advise me on the complexities of scaling a multi-million-pound company with dozens of employees and operational constraints coming out of my ears if they haven't gone through it themselves. So to me, their limitations are obvious. But for the untrained eye, people might overlook this. So rule number one is to ensure that the mentor you choose has the extensive real-world experience before signing on. We're talking at least 5 years here, operating a much larger business than your own, and their experience must be aligned to your industry. Now, they don't necessarily have to be experienced within your niche, but they must have experience within the same model of business. Meaning, if you're selling products online, then naturally your coach must be from an e-commerce background. If you have a marketing company, then they need to have a service-based business background. And if you're a coach, yeah, you got it right. They must come from a coaching background. You wouldn't trust your dentist to cut your hair. So why would you trust someone without the right experience to guide your business? Come on, guys, you wouldn't. So make sure they have the right experience. This is the first time you're watching this channel. Make sure you like and subscribe, hitting the notification bell to stay up to date with the latest weekly video releases. Success leaves clues, but you're going to have to dig deeper than the surface level stats. So don't be blinded by big revenue numbers. Far too many mentors nowadays boast massive top line revenue, but gross sales means nothing if your business isn't making any profit. Some mentors boast about scaling to impressive figures, but their profitability might tell a different story. For example, a business generating 20 million in revenue, but only 500K in profit, it's a walking tightrope. Personally, I get skeptical when coaches brag about 20 million in annual sales without saying how much profit they're making. Or often you get them saying that they've made 10 million in sales, but they neglect to tell you that that's been over a 20-year period. So you have to learn to be able to read between the lines, guys. But what I get even more annoyed about, and this one's personal, are the little punk coaches boasting that they're making 400K a month at 90% profitability, when anyone knows anything about business understands that in order for you to make this sort of profit margins, that the delivery of your product is shite. Your main focus is on taking money out of people's pocket, but giving them very minimal value in return. And to the untrained eye, 90% profitability might seem amazing, but actually it indicates that that person doesn't even care about their customers, and they're not obsessed with your customers getting results, because your obsession is reflected in the things that you track. And if their marketing message is purely about huge profits, then that's a problem. So if someone claims 90% profitability with minimal staff, it often indicates that they're cutting corners. And so basically any extreme or hockey stick growth chart or almost 100% profitability should tell you something soft. So you have to take a balanced scorecard approach here, guys. Seek out mentors hitting strong yet sustainable metrics across revenue, profitability, customer satisfaction, and more. No one said this entrepreneur game was easy. So if their stats make it look easy or sound easy, then that's a red flag. And watch out for coaches who rely heavily on marketing tactics but offer minimal substance. The mentors are overly focused on flashy marketing, luxury lifestyles, or revenue without showing the substance behind the success. These are the operators that you want to avoid at all costs, because you're going to end up disillusioned, demoralized, or worst case scenario, broke, because the advice that they're giving you wasn't backed up by years of experience. Now, we already touched upon the importance of experience and ensuring that they have a background in a similar niche to yours. But a great mentor should also be able to demonstrate failure and that they've faced enough adversity to have earned the wisdom that you need. Because if someone's only ever won in business, then that would indicate that they've actually never been tested, and the success could actually be down to just good luck. Because building a great business actually takes time, and the growth that happens over a decade of experience is profound. Think key lessons like navigating credit crunches, managing partner fallouts, surviving digital disruptions that threaten the business model, coming back from the brink after major mistakes, or even experiencing bankruptcy. Because if a coach hasn't been in business for at least 5 years or more, manage the team of 10 or more people, or scale the company to a minimum of 200K in monthly revenue, then in my eyes, they're not qualified to guide others. Because failure is also an essential credential. Because experience becomes expertise only when it's battle tested. So you have to seek out mentors who have plenty of scar tissue built up from years in the trenches. Because economic shifts or tech disrupts and crises happen. So you need someone who's repeatedly adapted their business model to stay fighting. Short track record should be an immediate deal breaker. Now for a big one, values alignment. And this is actually the top of my list. Because as I said earlier, business is power. So mentors can't just focus on profits. They also have to steward the next generation of entrepreneurs. So that means making a commitment to operating with both ethics and values, being a positive role model, uplifting their communities, and leading balanced, principled lives. So a great mentor, they should reflect your values and principles. So you have to vet mentors thoroughly. What type of content do they post regularly? What ethical standards do they uphold? Do they practice what they preach? What do their mentees say about them? You want someone who's walking the talk when it comes to conscious, sustainable business practices. Because business done right has the ability to heal. But when it's done wrong, it hurts. So alignment here is a non-negotiable if you want to make your mark without self-destruction. Align yourself with a mentor with the correct values, has integrity, and is set for long-term growth. So in summary, the right mentor should have extensive experience scaling ventures like yours. They should be able to demonstrate balanced growth metrics and be able to show resilience through many business cycles. Their ethics should align tightly with your values, and they should lack obvious red flags. So you have to get clear on what you need and a guiding hand based on where you are now and where it is that you want to be. And then stand firm until someone steps in who meets all of your criteria. And there's no exception on these foundational pillars. And look, there's definitely an abundance of scammers and false prophets out there. So you have to stay savvy. But at the same time, know that there's also a lot of experienced, conscious leaders out there that are ready to guide you in your business to take you to the next level. So stick to your standards, follow the checklist, and the perfect match will appear. So if you like what I shared with you in the video today, please make sure that you like and subscribe, hitting the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.